all made some mistakes in our language learning journey. It's okay, it's totally fine, but it's time to stop repeating them. Let's break the cycle, fix what's holding us back, and start learning smarter. I am Bahar, and here are 5 common mistakes that language learners make and how to fix them one by one. You ready? Let's get into it. The first mistake, not speaking frequently. Nobody becomes a fluent English speaker by just thinking about speaking. You could study English for years, know all of the grammar rules, and memorize 10,000 words, but if you're not using them out loud, your brain might say, good information, but what do I do with it? Speaking is like going to the gym and exercise. You know, reading about push-ups doesn't give you muscles. You gotta actually do the push-ups if you want a fit body. Lots of learners hold back because they're afraid of sounding weird or having an accent. But guess what? Everyone has an accent, even native speakers. The goal isn't to sound like a Hollywood actor. No, it's to communicate, being able to talk to others. Imagine refusing to dance at a party because you are not a professional dancer. Well, you would miss all the fun. That's the journey. You gotta enjoy the journey and you will get improved step by step. So what's the fix? Start speaking from day one. Even if it's just to yourself in the mirror or just to your dog. Record voice notes, talk to friends, or join some groups that everyone's goal there is to improve their speaking skills. If someone laughs at your accent, laugh with them and say, at least I'm brave enough to try. Boom. Confidence unlocked. Number 2, not making sentences with new vocabulary. Here's the truth. Just knowing the word doesn't mean you actually know how to use it. Learning a word without using it in a sentence is like buying the ingredients and never cooking the meal. You've got the ingredients, you've got the cheese, the eggs, the bread, but no sandwich. Many learners avoid making mistakes and practicing just because they're afraid of doing it wrong. But guess what? Mistakes are part of this game. If you're not making mistakes, you are not trying enough. For example, instead of just memorizing, ran into means met by the chance. You can make a sentence and say, yesterday I ran into my friend at the mall. Now you know how it is used. You know that ran into, they come together, and you can use it when you want to talk about someone that you met by the chance. You're teaching your brain how real people speak. And yes, your first few attempts might be a little bit off. That's okay, it's not a test, it's just a practice. Think of it like you're learning how to ride a bike. You fell a few times, but now look at you, cruising down the street with no hands. Well, maybe not. So start small. Pick a new word a day and start making some wonderful and totally random sentences with it. The next one, translating new words into your native language. You know what? If your brain has to go from English, your language, back to English every time you want to speak, it's like using a GPS with a 5-second delay. You will get there, but you will be confused, frustrated, and it takes more time than needed. Constant translation slows you down and messes up your grammar because, you know, every language has its own weird rules. You can't just copy-paste your language into English and expect it to work. No, that won't happen. So what's the fix? Start using with some simple definitions. Or sometimes some of the meanings that you read in the English dictionaries, they are not understandable at first. So you can use some pictures. You can make some sentences for yourself and keep these sentences simple to understand. Soon your brain will go, I get it. Stop switching to languages every 2 seconds. The next one, which actually one of the most important ones, not having consistency. You know, it's like starting a workout routine, going strong for a few days, and then forgetting about it for a few months. You won't see great results if you don't stick with it. The biggest lie that we tell ourselves is, I will study for 3 hours tomorrow to make up for today. Tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes oops. What does hello mean again? Learning a language isn't about massive efforts once in a while. It's just about small and steady habits that you just keep doing. Like in Atomic Habits, it says small habits, but big results. You might not understand the progress day by day, but 6 months later, you would say, whoa, now I can understand the movie without English subtitles. See? That's what we're talking about. Not staying focused while studying. Well, let me guess. You're studying while you're texting your cousin, scrolling TikTok, and trying to find out if that weird noise in the kitchen was your cat or a ghost? The problem isn't that you're lazy, no. It's about the world that is loud. We have people talking, notifications, lots of people texting us, and different social media platforms. In order to deeply focus on what you're studying, you have to just clear your mind. Learning a language takes deep focus. If your brain gets distracted every 5 seconds, your brain goes, all right, that's too hard. Let's just daydream about snacks again. So how can I fix it? It's so easy. Turn off your phone or at least your notifications. So let's be honest, your brain deserves better. So let's start focusing. So that was 5 common mistakes that lots of language learners make. If this video was useful for you and you really want to support my channel, you can click on the thanks button right down below and like this video to support me, to let the YouTube algorithm know that you have enjoyed this content. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Have a nice day.